Hello and welcome back to Scout Report, where today we're looking at one of Europe's best prospects, Jadon Sancho. It's easy to forget just how young the Englishman is. His 20th birthday fell at the end of March, making him nearly a year and a half younger than Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold. But he's already the most coveted youngster in the game after Kylian Mbappe. Now capped 11 times for England and the centrepiece of a Borussia Dortmund attack featuring Marco Reus and Erling Braut Haaland, Sancho's outstanding production for club and country has already seen him linked with a £100 million move to a super club, with Man United, Real Madrid and Chelsea all credited with interest. However, while that fee would place him among the 6 most expensive players of all time, there's reason to think that Sancho might actually be worth even more, and perhaps that he could do the unthinkable and reach the same level as all-time greats like Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Still not convinced? Let us explain. For whatever reason, some skills appear at younger ages than others. As a general rule, youngsters tend to develop dribbling early, probably because older players feel less need to impress, having diminishing speed and tend to have established roles within their side, rather than appearing as impact subs. As a consequence, 6 of the players with the most dribbles per 90 across Europe's top 5 leagues this season are 23 or under. Taking shots appears a little later. Only 3 of Europe's most prolific shooters this year are young, with teams increasingly trying to eliminate the wild efforts from distance which teenage attackers tend to attempt. But rarest of all is creative skill. Only 2 under-24s rank among the 10 players with most key passes per 90 this year, thanks to the combination of technique and vision required to make goal-scoring opportunities. Somehow, Sancho is already flying in this regard. The Englishman puts on 2.6 chances a game for his teammates, the same as Messi and Neymar, and crucially he's able to find the killer ball from open play, with free kicks and corners accounting for just 12% of all his key passes, compared to 25% for an elite assister like Kevin De Bruyne. That means that the chances he does create are of exceptional quality. This year, Sancho's averaging 0.43 expected assists per 90 minutes. That's the 9th best mark in Europe's top 5 leagues, and the players above him show the level he's already reached. De Bruyne, Mahrez, Messi, Mbappe, Di Maria, Müller, Gnabry and Kunku. Even Neymar doesn't make the cut, and the only player on the list to be playing for a non-elite club is Christopher Nkunku, whose Leipzig side is simply more attacking than Dortmund, with 16.3 shots a game to Die Brossen's 13.8. So the picture is clear. Sancho is one of the best in his role right now, but there's a big difference between being great and being an all-time great. What makes us think that Sancho could belong in the latter category? Let's take a look at other top creators at his age. For the most part, even the best attackers and midfielders took a while to start racking up assists in earnest. By 20, Cesc Fabregas had 4 years under his belt in Arsenal's midfield, but only 21 goals created, while Ronaldo, then much more of a set-up man than a goalscorer from his station on the wing, surprisingly led the pack with 24 assists, the best for a player of that generation. That's already exceptional. To put that into context, Trent Alexander-Arnold had 3 assists in all competitions for Liverpool when he turned 20. However, Kylian Mbappe has since made a mockery of that chart, racking up an insane 41 assists by his 20th birthday back in December 2018. And Sancho has gone even further, nosing ahead of the prodigious Frenchman with 42 goals created by the 25th of March 2020. That's about the same as Messi, Ozil and Fabregas combined, and means Sancho is currently averaging roughly 20 assists in all competitions each season. If he could maintain that rate, it would put him on course for roughly 280 assists by his 32nd birthday, 7 ahead of the 273 Leo Messi had racked up by the time he reached that milestone in the summer of 2019. And while that projection assumes he doesn't sit out a significant period with injury or during a global pandemic, it also assumes that Sancho doesn't improve his creative powers in that time, or move to a bigger club with better forwards around him. Put simply, Sancho isn't just one of the best creators in the world right now, he has a shot at being the best creator the world has ever seen. So we've seen that the Camberwell-born attacker outstrips his rivals when it comes to making chances, but that's not all he is. 2019-20 has also seen Sancho step up his goal-scoring form, with 16 goals in the league and the Champions League at the time of writing. That's one every 153 minutes, an improvement on one every 223 minutes last season, and once again puts the BVB star in elite company. By 20, Messi had only 26 goals for Barcelona in all competitions, despite making his breakthrough at a side so dominant that they won 2 titles and the Champions League in his first 2 seasons. Sancho, however, in a team coached by the generally risk-averse Lucien Favre, has already netted 31, as many as Raheem Sterling and Cristiano Ronaldo put together by their 20th birthday. In the last year, Sancho has gone from taking 1.5 shots a game to 2.2, and like his key passes, they're of excellent quality, pushing him up from an outstanding 0.57 expected goals and assists per 90 in 2018-19 to an otherworldly 0.87 this season. As a consequence, you don't need fancy numbers to see where Sancho ranks among the continent's best attackers. Not only is Sancho third in Europe for goals and assists combined in 2019-20, he's played fewer minutes than the other 6 players in the top 7. And this isn't even mentioning the role he plays outside the penalty area. As we discussed before, young players are often keen dribblers, and Sancho is no exception, beating his man 2.9 times a game at present. That's the 6th best mark in the Bundesliga, a division which sees a lot of running with the ball and actually represents a decline from last year, when Sancho completed 4.1 dribbles a match to lead the division. The difference is largely in role. Where he formerly played on the right and was encouraged to get to the byline for high-quality pullback opportunities, now Sancho tends to feature on the left, where he can cut inside and combine. As a consequence, he gets fouled around half as much, 0.7 times a game to 1.4, but he now has experience playing on both wings and a track record of putting up elite numbers from either side, making it easy for suitors to slot him into a different attacking setup. He's also skilled at finding the pass before the assist. In the Bundesliga, only teammate Julian Brandt can top Sancho's rate of 2.2 passes into the penalty area per 90, a tally which would rank 5th in the Prem behind only City players KDB, Mahrez, David Silva and Benjamin Mendy. All this means that the defenders have no idea what to do with him. Stand off and he'll shoot, or find a killer pass. Go and press him and he'll get round you and run into space. With world-class ability in so many areas, Sancho poses a defensive problem only exceeded by Messi, and he can't even drink in America yet. If the current version of Sancho ends up being the final version, it's safe to say that he'll be in the top bracket of footballers worldwide, giving England a legitimate shot at international trophies and powering whichever club he joins to title challenges and the latter stages of the Champions League year on year. But there's a strong chance that this isn't the limit of his ability, and that the next few seasons could see a Charizard evolution of Sancho emerge. Most youngsters tend to make a leap forward around the ages of 22 and 23, when their match intelligence and physical strength have caught up to their technique and speed. At 23, Griezmann went from 16 league goals to 22, Ronaldo went from 17 to 31, and Messi went from 23 to 34. Sancho is still at least 2 years from that, and unlike Ronaldo and Messi, he hasn't had the advantage of a super club or world-class coach to push him onto the next level. Haaland and Royce are excellent players, but the former is still learning and the latter frequently sidelined with injury. By comparison, Ronaldo is supported by Tevez and Rooney at 23, and Messi had Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Thierry Henry, not to mention the supply lines both possessed in Paul Scholes, Xavi and Iniesta. So is it insane to imagine that Sancho could be better if the midfielders behind him were at the level of Frenkie de Jong or Marco Verratti, rather than Axel Witsel and Thomas Delaney? Would we expect him to have created more goal-scoring chances if Dortmund's primary centre-forward in the first half of the season had been Lewandowski or Aguero, instead of Paco Alcacer? As mentioned above, Dortmund take only 13.8 shots per game, 25th of the 98 teams in Europe's top 5 leagues. And while they average 59% possession, a huge amount, it's still more than 4% lower than rivals Bayern. That means that if the ball is in play for around 60 minutes a match, over the course of the season, the Munich side are in possession for an extra 92 minutes. That could mean an extra goal or assist for their forwards. With this in mind, a move to PSG, Real Madrid or back to former side Man City could give Sancho's output a boost, while the education he'd get with Pep Guardiola or Jurgen Klopp would surely see him improve as well. If you think Sancho is a star now, just wait until he has the backup he deserves. So that was how we think Jadon Sancho can surpass Messi and Ronaldo. But what do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more, click on screen right now. And as always guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.